What's up everybody, Super Duper X Fan here for another car review. This is of course the 2002 Ford Mustang GT. And this car is 11 years old, so this isn't going to be quite as serious of a review as I normally do, but I'll still give you a really good idea of what it's like to drive this car and live with it for a few hours. But many thanks to Harrison Auto Sales as always. They hooked me up with this awesome car again to review for you guys today. So about this Mustang, these ones are starting to look a little dated, but I think they still look good. I mean, especially now, the value you get, it's just, you get a V8, and you know, the appearance that you get here still looks really slick, I think, and you know, you get all this for not a whole lot of money. And the previous owner of this car decided to remove the famous horse from the grille, but even without it, it still looks really menacing. You have the nice little black front lip there on the bottom that looks good. And this car also has these black torque thrust rims that are aftermarket, but you know, they have a nice machined lip on the inside, and the rears have this big deep dish lip on the inside of those rims. Looks really sweet. The back end looks pretty cool. It's, you know, returned to its roots a little bit of having the 3 vertical taillights on each side, and it looks good. I think the back end still looks really nice as well. Alright, so for the interior of this Mustang, again, this is an 11-year-old car, and on top of that, this is an 11-year-old American car. And everyone knows this is kind of a dark age for the Americans, and interior quality is pretty laughable, if I'm honest. I mean, the air and heat controls are about as primitive as you can get. This has an aftermarket head unit in it, which is nice. It has Pandora, internet radio, and all that. That's obviously aftermarket, though. So you have these door panels that, I mean, they feel solid enough, and they're not super hard plastic. You know, it's certainly livable. I mean, the buttons and things like that look dated. I mean, the gauges look kind of dated, and the font is actually really small on the gauges. Those are some of the smallest gauges I think I've ever seen. But they're fine. They're legible, you know, unless you have bad eyesight. But yeah, the steering wheel is just kind of a basic 90s Ford steering wheel. You have a decent, you know, feel here at around the 9 and 3 position. But, you know, there's really no notches at the 10 and 2. And it's just your basic kind of steering wheel. And so yeah, nothing impressive. I mean, you know, it's livable though. This isn't the end of the world. And for those of you that are looking for just performance and, you know, you don't care about an interior, I mean, this won't bother you. It's functional and it's not hideous to look at, so I mean, it works. Alright, so the one thing that's glaring about this interior though is this shifter, which is aftermarket, and you know, has this huge cue ball shift knob that literally is about the size of an actual cue ball. Big shifter, but I mean, it feels good in your hand actually when you grab it. It's a really cool way to shift, and yeah, it's just different. That's all. It's definitely different than what most people are used to, but it works fine. It's you know, not bad at all. As far as storage space goes in this car, you have tiny little pockets here in the doors. You got 2 cup holders, and you have a center console. That's it, really. There's no other place to store anything in this car. So basically non-existent, but you know, you get the whole back seat. You can throw crap back there. All right, so let's take it for a drive and see how it does. Has a great sound to it. This car has a Flowmaster exhaust on it. It sounds really good. Here, we'll do a few little revs actually with it, just so you get a better sense of what it sounds like. Really nice. It's always fun having a big American V8 up front there. So yeah, the first thing you're going to notice immediately when just even turning this car on is this clutch is super heavy. I don't know if the guy changed the clutch to something different or if this is just factory Ford Mustang GT for this year, but this clutch is heavy. It's like doing leg presses. It's seriously that much force you have to put on this clutch pedal. It's pretty annoying if you're sitting in traffic, I think. Alright, so starting off in the Mustang here. So like I said, the clutch is very heavy, and that's just something you eventually have to get used to if you want to drive one of these cars. Alright, so we're on some bumpy roads here, and this demonstrates pretty well that the car has some pretty soft springs. It kind of just bounces and hobbles all over the place. Doesn't feel terribly sharp. And yeah, but I mean, at low speeds, it's very nice, you know, relaxed, just cruising. You have that great V8 to listen to. And the car really does a lot of movement. Whenever you stomp on it, because the springs are so soft, the whole thing just kind of squats down and just rears its nose up and just takes off. And it's pretty amusing. All right, so let's see how this thing does on a back road. So, yeah, moving that shifter takes muscle, and you really have to, jam it into gear with this heavy clutch. You gotta just slam your foot. I mean, you can't drive this car gingerly. This isn't the kind of car you'd take out on a date unless your date likes to be jerked around in the seat. It's definitely, a more raw experience. And like I said, the car you just stomp on it, it just goes. And I mean, this V8 was one of the older V8s, so it doesn't have a ton of horsepower, but man, does it have torque. And it doesn't feel extremely fast. Honestly, I feel like the S4 that I tested a few days ago actually felt just as fast as this big V8 does. But this is fun though. Other things though, I was talking about stomping on the gas, and the gas pedal, the throttle response is pretty not so good. You step on the gas pedal and then it goes. There's always like a little bit of a delay, and there's some dead travel in there before it actually starts being effective as a gas pedal. Brake pedals, pretty spongy, doesn't have a whole lot of feeling, doesn't give you a whole lot of confidence. But yeah, so we're going around these back roads here, coming up to a tighter corner, and let's see how this does. We'll keep our fingers crossed. So it leans. It's just not very confidence inspiring. You can tell this car just wasn't made to go around corners like that. But here's what it likes. Another straight road to accelerate on. Yes, that's what this car likes. Not that turn back there, silly turns. This thing likes stuff like that. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun to drive. And then, so now, I'm just cruising around on a main road here, and it's very relaxed. I have this perfectly placed armrest here, just rest my hand up here and just cruise. This is just nice. You sit up pretty high in this car too, so you have a very commanding view of the road. Some people say you feel like you're sitting on this car instead of in it. I don't think it's that bad. It just gives you a very commanding view, and I like that actually. You have excellent visibility. You have these large windows and lots of glass, so you can see everything around you really nicely. And yeah, this is a great car to just kick back like this and just cruise with that V8. Just sounds great. But I'll drive this car for a little while longer here and tell you if that whole experience wears off or if it still is enjoyable. So I've been driving this car for a little while longer now, and yeah, not exactly my cup of tea, but it's great for, like I'm on a straight road now. So like I said, it's great on these kind of roads. One thing I have noticed since I've been driving it for a while now is that the radio controls are a reach. You kind of got to reach to go get them. Everything's kind of a little farther away than I'd like, but I mean, ergonomics wasn't a strong point of 2000s American cars either, so yeah, it's alright though. But I mean, it's great for just cruising down the road. Obviously, this isn't a backroads carver, but you knew that before you even started watching the video. So, yeah, it's a nice car though. It's comfortable, when you're on nice roads like this, I mean, this is great, I mean, so it just depends on what kind of car you're into and what you're looking for. I mean, it's great to just stomp on the gas and, jam that, accelerator and just jam it into gear. And like I said, everything takes a lot of effort. So if you're someone that, wants to just relax, this isn't the car for you. You're always going to need a little bit more muscle to move the shifter and move the clutch pedal and stuff. But as long as, those kind of things don't bother you, this is a fun car, It's fun to have a V8 and stuff. And this one, as it's listed, I think is just under $11,000. So not very much money, and you know, this one like has 65,000 miles, so you can find really mint ones like this out there that are still going to be really strong runners, reliable, in good condition. And you know, it's a lot of fun. You get the rear wheel drive, and yeah, it's fun. I mean, these cars are great. It's just, you know, obviously you have to like American muscle, because, you know, this is a huge departure from any of the other cars I've reviewed, and this is a lot older too, so you know, quality of everything is a lot lower in here. This car has a lot of squeaks and rattles like typical American cars of this time did. You know, whenever I roll the windows up, they make this squeak sound. The doors rattle whenever you close them. You know, all that kind of stuff. It just feels cheap. Everything feels very, very cheap. But again, this is a 2002 Ford. Go figure. So, yeah, I mean, other than that obvious stuff, I mean, it's a fine car. Like I said, I wouldn't ever want to own one of these. I would like to own a newer Mustang, but these ones, not so much. So yeah, many thanks to Harrison Auto Sales again, as always. So yeah, it's a nice car, pretty cheap feeling, but still a fun car. You can still enjoy it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.